Tonight I'd like to share my thoughts and ideas on what you should look for in a quality flint striker. Some points of interest in the flint striker. This is the particular flint striker that I like to make. It puts me in the mind of something that a gentleman would carry in the 18th century. One of the things that you want to look for in a quality piece or a well-made piece is, as this is bent over to come around for the handle, this has to be a nice curved radius. Here's a fine example of that. Notice this nice heavy curved radius here. Then the reason that you want that is because the most stress on this whole piece when a person is using it and striking it, carrying it, whatever, is going to be right here. This is where the most stress is. If the maker just bent that over at a sharp, hard 90-degree right in here, that would also not only be the most stress spot, but it would also be the weakest spot in this piece, and therefore be most likely to crack or break off there at that point. Now remember, these are made of O1 tool steel and they are hardened. So if you drop it on a stone or you drop it on concrete, it very likely will break. They're not made for that. They're meant for a human being to carry, strike here on the sharp edge, and create a fire, a spark. See that you have a nice transition, a nice radius right there. The next thing to keep in mind is a nice square edge. It looks very nice if this comes straight up and out and over. When you see this done like this, you know that the person who made this had an understanding of how to move metal and how to make it go where he wanted it to go, where it needed to go. Another point of interest that you want to look for is here, this sweeping arm coming down. Very graceful, very nice. This is where you hold it with your hand. We don't want a sharp edge there. You want a nice radius. It's been taken, the hammer has smoothed off the edge and given it a little bit of a radius, a facet if you will. And so therefore it's very pleasant to the touch, easy to hold and use. Nice graceful curl down here. All in all, this is a really nice piece that has good lines. I've chosen this piece because I've seen nice references to this in books of the time period. Here is a book showing nice line drawings of flint strikers from the 18th century. And so this is where I'm using as a reference for my piece. Now, here you can see my variation on this. I like a little bit more of a graceful curve here instead of the straight line, but either way is fine. This is my particular preference, and I'm trying to hold within the boundaries of what was originally done. Do you see how the scale has popped right off of the edge of that? When it was hardened, the scale popped right off, leaving a nice gray metal. That's what you want. Notice this area here was not at critical temperature, and it didn't do that, so therefore it's not hardened as much as this is right here. So you can see that it was hardened correctly and will give off a nice spark. We've heated this up after it was hardened. The whole piece was quenched and hardened. Very brittle. Now we need to soften this back down. So heat is applied to just this area, and as the heat transfers up through here, it will leave a color, and we watch that color. And we want that rainbow color. You see the blue in here and the straw here? Ideally, I want the straw color to come all the way up and cover this whole area here with straw. Therefore, making this area durable and not as brittle. Can you see the rainbow color in that? The smith that's making this should know how to do that and do that properly. That's the sign of a quality made piece. The sparks that my flint strikers make are not white sparks like a sparkler. Instead, a red, deeper spark, but it won't bounce off. It'll stay hot, go into the char cloth, stay there long enough to ignite the char cloth, and that's important. As you can see, there's an awful lot that goes into making a quality flint striker. Keep these things in mind as you look to purchase a flint striker. Find a craftsman who cares first and foremost about making a quality piece, and then support that craftsman. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Thanks for watching my video. Subscribe to my channel here so that you can be up to date each week on what I'm doing. And don't hesitate to share this with your friends on Facebook. Check out my other videos that I'll have to see. Down below is a link to my website. Go there, see what other ironwork I've been making. Take a look at the cool things that we're doing. Thanks for watching. Keep on hammering.